Live.
Greetings and welcome. I am your host and no longer your game master. Well, eventually we'll be the game master again. Uh, I'm Aaron. This is our postmortem for Something in the Dark, um, affectionately titled such because, dead, because, yes.
Uh-huh.
Um, this has been our little delve into the darker side of mutants and masterminds. Um, the spooky side of reality, our heroes who are touched with the supernatural, who go up against the things that go bump in the night. Um, and yeah, we have finished our first season. And so tonight we are planning to do just kind of a little recap, talk back, answer questions. If you have questions for us, you can put them in the chat either on YouTube or on Twitch, or you can ask questions in our Discord. And if you're watching this not live, well, you can always send us questions later and on our Discord, and maybe we'll respond. Probably we'll respond. So, like I said, I'm Aaron. Was the game master, and let's go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves, talk about who you've been playing, and our little question of the week is what was your favorite moment from season one? And because it's her birthday, we're going to start off with Wiki. Happy birthday, Wiki.
I'm Wiki. It's my birthday. I shouldn't have to go first. I played Harper Graves, our resident feral cat who lives in a closet and liked to kill stuff. And started the game with two hands. Um, to answer the question, I really don't know. Probably when probably the moment that Harper realized that um she was going to pick up a couple of proteges and shit, I'm not sure what to do about that.
Yeah, you have kind of attracted a broken flock, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm sure that'll be fine. Harper's totally capable of doing something with that. Let's move on to Aunt Puppy.
Hi, I'm Aunt Puppy. I I was making sure I wasn't on mute. I played Daffodil, Professor Daffodil Carrie Pembroke, our resident literal girl in a chair as well as figurative girl in a chair. And I ended the season with both my hands.
But you still can't walk.
Still can't walk, but I got both my hands. So that's the trade-off. My favorite, I think, was when we went to the vampire lair in the abandoned church, just because for my character, she dabbled in magic, and that kind of was like, here's all of the magic possible, kind of all in one swoop. And so it was just kind of, to me, it was fun to see her kind of just being a little bit overwhelmed with, a portal opens up and two people come in from this other universe. Then there's a flower that can talk to people. And it was just like all sorts of shit was happening. And she kind of was just like, what the fuck is happening? And was just kind of enjoying it. So it was kind of an introduction by fire for her into kind of all of the magical worlds. So I think that was kind of my favorite. I did not like, however, ending up back at that place and what that place was like. But the first time we got to experience it was nice. So with that, I'm going to stick with the girls' rule and boys' rule, and I will pass it over to Jenny.
That's horrible. I don't have a gender. I shot it. Anyway, hi. I'm Jemmy. Um, I'm Jemmy. I played either the magnificent mystical master mage of math, magic, and music, or Muse. Or I was playing I'm not doing her intro, or I was playing Alice. I'm too tired for her. And to answer the question, um, it's I mean, I really loved like all of it. But I think the part I had the most fun with was like right after all the chaos in like the jail of the Wonderland gang. And when Alice got back. Just because I love getting to have those intense role play scenes. And I think if I recall right, I was crying a little during it, but it was very fun to get to have the back-to-back of Larry talking to Alice and then Harper talking with Alice. And I personally love it just because I love those little nuance moments and, fun roleplay.
Yes.
I guess if Micah needed a moment, I just love like it was way back near the beginning when it was just also Micah getting to kind of work as a crutch for some people. Like I don't have any specific moment in mind. I just remember multiple different times where Micah was able to be the, hey, are you okay? You need something. And then having the inverse is always nice too. Anyway, passing it over to the partner in crime. Deuce.
That's right, Team Drool, we're ready now. Hey everybody, I'm the Deuce. I am the Smarties to Kevin's Necco wafers of chalky disc-shaped candies of the Untold Stories project. I played the delightful, mild-mannered priest Larry and his dark passenger Babel, the fun duo who, for some reason, got along great. Um, Favorite moment. I really want to say my favorite moment was when I impromptu got the whole cast to sing Happy Birthday to Wiki and not even realize it was coming. That I probably won't do because it seems like I could put people on the spot, but why would I do that? I'm going to save that for later. It was very, very early at the bar when we were just getting together, and everyone was pre-trauma, what the hell did we go through, but Harper sitting like a feral cat on the couch, or Zeridice freezing alcohol, just for a moment being somewhat normal before all of this happened and we bonded and or trauma bonded, take your pick. It was a nice little dichotomy to everything else that followed and all the terrible things we went through and or did after the fact. So amongst many things, I still think it's my favorite. So with that, drop the beat and drop it to the guy below me. Go, Alex, go. Yet. You're not going to sing yet.
I couldn't interpret that facial expression.
Alex, you're muted on the stream.
Oh. No, because we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Ha! It's not just me. It does it to you too. Go into your settings. It's probably reset itself.
Damn.
I like Wiki's response to suck at stream.
Hi, everyone. I am Brandon. I was playing Orpheus and Eurydice. Yes, that Orpheus and Eurydice. Favorite moment. I don't know if I have just one. I definitely liked the moment when Persephone grabbed my characters and then returned only one. And I'm very excited by the idea that, some people have lost hands and have not regained use of their other limbs, but I got my real body back. And that is terrifying. Um,
Well, now everybody except me is muted on the stream.
he hasn't spoken back up, so I'm gonna. Can anyone hear me?
Hello.
On
Oh,
So
on
the
stream. I'm
stream, the
tired.
stream should be able to hear you now, and they should be able to hear me also. Can somebody on the internet confirm that that's true?
That's,
Deuce, are you watching YouTube?
I am. I'm watching both, so I
Okay.
need to mute one if they're both working.
Warden
Yeah.
says yes.
All right, we're
Yay!
live. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. Fuck everything.
Streamlabs is awesome.
Do I need to repeat my answer,
Probably.
Probably.
chat, or did you get what I've said so far?
I didn't hear your answer, so I'm going to assume they also did not, because
Okay.
their ears are my ears.
Gotcha. So, my name is Brandon. I play Orpheus and Eurydice. Yes, that Orpheus and Eurydice. Trying to choose just one favorite moment is really hard. I think the moment the GM sprung on me, stole my characters into the underworld and only returned one was a good one. Giving my real body back at the end was another one, because that is not a good sign. You never want to have good things happen to you in Hades.
Good things happen to people in Hades all the time. He's a good man.
Shut up with your Hades
whenever Harper's being
propaganda.
I'm in charge. I get to
Harper's being
decide if he's a
feral.
good guy or not.
Nuh-uh.
Hades fangirl over here.
Whenever Harper was being a feral cat, especially I loved the driving, Father Daddy's driving in the snow, and Harper just losing her shit. That
Yeah.
was a whole lot of fun.
That was unacceptable.
I mean, there's a lot of Mommy Harper, Daddy Larry moments that were just rather interesting.
Yeah, and I'm really worried about. Well, actually, I should say my characters are a little concerned about not so much Marcus's appearance, but Ansel's just like disappearance with no explanation and hasn't come back.
He's somewhere exciting.
Yeah, but they're worried. They kind of liked him.
It's nice to meet people who like him.
I like the three of them had a good little flirt thing going on. I really liked when Orpheus tried to, well, basically be the top with grabbing the R, and then it's like no, and then so he switches it, and then he's okay with it. It was just a good moment.
Yeah.
And speaking of good moments with our magicians from another dimension, I will pass it over to Alex.
Yeah, now that I'm alive again. I'm Alex. I'm the executive producer here at the Untold Stories Project and the line developer for Mutants and Masterminds Agreement and Publishing. And the person who gets to decide if Hades is a good guy or not.
No.
No.
That's not how opinions work.
It's literally in my
yeah,
you
job
have
description.
decided. You have decided, and you decided that he was a bad guy.
No, that was before my time. Not allowed to talk about that. Just kidding. In this stream, I played the dual roles of Marcus Moon and Anson Walker, two refugees from Titan City who found their way here after a sojourn in Tartarus. And as for the answer to the question of the day, I think honestly my favorite moment in the stream was the story arc that took place in Mystery, New Hampshire, with all of the Scooby-Doo wandering around the ski lodge and the ski lifts and going down into the mines. And that time Carrie and I went back to the lodge to try to have a good time, and then Cthulhu monsters attacked both of us.
Let's examine this phrase a little bit more closely. What was that again? You
I
and
was like,
Karen
no,
back
no.
to have a good time?
I was like, we're gonna go back and do science
time.
stuff, and like,
Are you trying to suggest that that their good time doesn't involve tentacles?
I mean, not involuntary tentacles.
Okay.
Consent is very important when it comes to tentacle time.
Not in the movies I watch. But...
Yeah, I was like, no, we're just gonna go do science stuff back at the lodge, and Aaron was like, you are not opting out of this adventure. It was great. And with that, I will pass it up to our illustrious leader, Aaron.
Yeah, so for me personally, my favorite moment would actually be everything that happened in the caves with Queen Mab.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because
negotiations, that was my other one.
I spent a whole lot of time building up for that, and it was one of those GM moments that I was like, this is either going to be really cool, or it is going to be so lame and railroady, and I'm going to want to hang up my GM hat forever. And I didn't feel that way. So I was really happy to have that one payoff. So, yeah, that was my feeling. So, my plan for tonight is we're going to kind of recap through the series and answer your questions along the way. We're also going to let the players jump in and ask questions or interject anything where they're like, wait, you didn't mention this in the recap. And all of that as we go. We did have one question in the chat already, which was from Warden, who wanted to know if there was I brought a knife to a tank battle moment for your character. So, anyone have a moment like that they want to toss out?
Well, as one of the few characters who is made of human, all the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Alex and I had to deal with that a lot as we were being slowly pulled by the Cthulhu monster into the depths of whatever it was taking us to, and just like, no, we got this. No, we're made of people. We need people not made of people.
Yeah, I thought for sure I was gonna die. I was like, man, that
Harper's default weapon is a knife, so.
No, it's not.
No.
Oh no, it's your fist. Your backup weapon is your knife.
Harper's default weapon is Harper.
Yeah, whatever's on hand, I assume.
Is hand.
I will say that while immortal, that Orpheus in particular, especially since Orpheus was the only character I played for a stretch there, he was pretty much designed to always be bringing a knife to a gunfight. That it was, I have these these different powers. How can I make them work in these situations? And always thinking about what happens if the enemy can't hear. what happens if they're got a super high will, what happens if they are resistant to those conditions. That it was just kind of I really liked those kinds of characters. So yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I think Harper's the only character that actually ever went down.
Orpheus, didn't you go down
I don't
in the
think so.
caves? Like right before the bridge?
No.
I thought he did. I
Mm-mm.
thought Orpheus
Oh
did.
no, yeah, Orpheus died like first fight,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't count.
but they also then got right back up. Also, I think it was Eurydice because she was mad about her dress.
Or could be.
I got
Either way.
better.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they have a resurrection time of 3 seconds. It's literally they're back up before they even hit the ground.
Yeah.
So on purpose because I thought it'd be funny because they wake up as they're falling and go, "Oh shit, not this again."
God damn it.
So Father Daddy being reduced to a puddle of crying in the middle of a fight. That
They
was
do things. Yeah.
I think that might be where Micah felt the most out of, like, the most I brought magic to a fist fight. But not even then, it was magic to a magic fight and just got completely fucked by the Orphean.
Oh,
Micah went down because the Orphean completely because it was a spell that like bypassed my force field.
yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah, Harper's still gonna kill that guy.
oh,
How?
She don't know yet. Doesn't matter. She'll figure it out.
See in season 2.
Orpheus has this weird thing with the Orphean where it's like, I'm a better musician than him, but he's a higher PL. And so I kind of had to stand for him, but he can also kick my ass.
that's where Micah was. Micah's like, I play better than him.
It was a nice moment for Babel to go, no, that's my little broken toy, you leave her alone. Or if he went, and stop her man.
No, that was like, that's another moment I completely forgot for a moment, but I adored. It was just, that, like, nah, hey, mine.
Larry never worried because he always brought his tank with him wherever he went. That was usually Harper. But, you know, it's fine.
And then he got Alice.
And then he got another one.
And the pudding snake.
And the pudding snake.
Oh, the pudding snake.
Alice never felt like that, though. Alice was pretty much almost... The only situation where Alice felt out of place was when it was, okay, so we need to go negotiate. And she was like, I can deal with the Fae. I know how to deal with Queen Mab. That's something I can help negotiate with. But other humans?
I just remembered my true favorite moment. It was the twist that I didn't see coming, and I just absolutely loved as a early modern literature fanatic and a Gargoyles fanatic, and that was discovering that Dormouse was actually Puck.
Ah.
Yeah.
Incidentally, strictly speaking, the Orphean is actually a better musician than either Orpheus or Muse, but only when it comes to string instruments.
Shots fired.
Really?
Rank 18.
That would be equivalent to me then.
Okay.
I don't know what my rank is. I don't understand Mutants and Masterminds. You build all the sheets. I just tell you what I want.
I don't do math. Put all this math in my Batman game.
Do that.
And I don't have Roll20 open, so I can't pull it up right now.
I do, but...
Cool. Good for you. I'm not restructuring everything.
Yes, your music performance is 15, Muse.
Oh wait, I upped it when we got the PL. I'm actually better than him by 2.
Okay.
So we would have been tied when we actually encountered one another.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the recap then. So our first arc was Welcome to Arcade, wherein we got to meet each of the characters in their own little standalone scenes, with the exception of Marcus and Anson because Alex wasn't able to join us for the first couple of sessions. Because I believe he was busy being in Hunchback.
Yes, I think that's true.
Yep.
He just doesn't actually like us.
That's not
So
true.
we had everyone had their own little individual scenes where they were approached by one of two people who is with Arcade, either blanking on names.
Sanchez and Dupay.
Oh, Buffet?
Yep. Yep. So, one of the two of them invited each of you to come to a meeting that was going to be in a coffee shop / fortune telling place.
I need 5 seconds. Thanks. Keep going. I'm just disappearing for a sec. I
Okay.
sneezed. You got a nosebleed.
Gotcha.
The nostalgia's real.
Yeah. Sorry, not a coffee shop. It was literally a little store called Bottom of the Teacup, or Bottom of the Cup, which was tea reading and also tea shop. And you guys got to all meet, where they basically told you that their current strike team had gone AWOL, and also that the director's granddaughter was AWOL, and they wanted you guys to look into it. Each of you had worked for Arcade in some way, shape, or form in the past, but you didn't necessarily know it. That meeting at the teacup was interrupted by a group of almost vampires. And you guys murdered them real good. And then you found out that they weren't. Huh?
I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah. Then you guys found out that they weren't actually undead, and some of you felt bad about that. Let's see. So yeah, you got to find out more about all of Arcade and their New Orleans base, and you got to read up about Anthony Miles' team. You used one of the not quite vampires that you didn't kill but had captured as bait, letting him escape so that you could follow him.
And he could dive into dumpsters to avoid sunlight.
Right.
Same.
You followed him to a nest, but you also stopped to visit a vampire nightclub where I believe that's where you guys found Erica.
Yes, that is where I found Erica.
Yes. Orpheus also, they attempted to magically roofie you. But that didn't work. That did not work.
Well, the bartender did.
Right.
Technically, you ordered it.
True.
Yes, but they did not disclose that it was a roofie. So.
But they didn't.
Oh, but I also got hit on. I forgot.
What was that?
Micah got like vaguely hit on. Micah just never went back for it.
You did. And Orpheus got more than vaguely hit on because Orpheus ended up back in a hotel room with the very much underaged Erica Vance.
Be sure that that's not just one way. That is the story. So.
I mean, yes, from Orpheus's perspective, literally everyone other than, a few other immortals.
Or younger, yes, but not underage. Those are two very different connotations.
Yep. But you managed to convince Erica to not bite you. And then you guys followed... I can't remember. Did you send Erica back home and then follow Derek to the nest.
We sent her home.
Yeah, you sent her home.
Did we send her home or did we send her to
Arcade.
We sent her to
arcade?
a
Did
home
we take her to the
home.
base?
I think we sent her to
Right,
a home, and the director went home to
Right.
Okay.
go meet her first before taking her to the arcade.
Because at that point, Erica still did not know that arcade existed or that her grandmother was anything other than a government agent.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you guys followed the vampire to the nest. And as the vampire was trying to go back and join his buddies, that was when you found out that Dutch and company were also following the vampire back to the nest, and they killed him before he could actually go down inside. And we managed to avoid the misunderstanding, so we're going to get into a fight when we run into the other group of supers scene.
Yep. We did. Because
Yeah,
we're
yes.
better.
And then Anson and Muse showed up right in the middle of that.
Anson and Muse.
Or not Muse, Moon.
Was sort of like, whoa.
You guys then went on down into the lair, had your first encounter with Anthony Miles and Team Elise.
There was also the employees going at it
Yes.
in the basement.
That was in the second arc.
Yeah, the employees
ha-
in the basement of the nightclub was the second time you guys went to the nightclub.
And the Theatre de Vampire houses the abandoned church.
Yep.
With the snake temple underneath.
Right. But yeah, so you guys managed to disrupt Miles using his blood to create a horde of cultists into pseudo-vampires and sent them packing, and managed to convince Dutch to come back into the base, and, you know, that Dutch and his team had not, in fact, gone rogue, but were just investigating everything happening with Erica, and didn't want to tell the director off of the assumption that it is easier to ask forgiveness than permission.
Especially if you end up having to kill her daughter.
They're not wrong.
No, they're not.
And we met Team Alice for the first time.
And you met Team Alice for the first time.
Yeah.
Hate her ass.
I hope she's tracking that hand. Hope she's tracking that hand back in the Feywild.
You also got to meet all of Dutch's team, and one member of Dutch's team almost got killed during that fight.
Didn't she literally get basically like dispelled?
Yes. She got dispelled, but she got better.
And in one of the rare moments that Anson's magic worked, he created actual sunlight in the room with the actual vampire.
Right, yes, because the sunlight didn't bother the fake vampires, but it really pissed off the actual vampire who was a member of Dutch's team.
Good.
Who went, turn that shit off!
I remember that.
Fondly.
It's weird that I had to summon the power of the sun twice.
Yep. Worked out well for you both times.
Yeah. Very, very
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
Very useful.
Took a couple tries too.
Also true. So that was our very first story arc. That was Welcome to Arcade. And we had a little transition episode from that where you guys went out for a night in New Orleans, met Asher Levi for the first time.
Woo!
And also found out about the Night Watch being active in your city, along with the Candy Crew. Although that they weren't active in your city for real long because they ran into the Night Watch.
Then they turned into the Candy Crush.
Basically, yes. So our second, anything else that you guys want to bring up from our first arc? Or questions?
I mean, we need to begin to note
I-
Anson's performance issues.
Yes.
I just
I have-
realized I bought off that flaw and then I never played Anson again.
Yep.
I mean, there'll be a season 2.
Yeah, he's coming back.
I was gonna ask if we were supposed to actually like what did you envision when it was trying to get Erica? And how far off the rails did we go with Orpheus hitting on her?
In as much as I had a plan that actually went more or less to plan, I didn't necessarily expect Orpheus to take Erica back to her hotel room.
He took me back to her hotel room. Thank you very much.
And you followed.
But
Yeah. Because she was the person we're trying to rescue.
yeah.
Uh,
I was prepared for anything though, up anywhere from, more or less what happened to you guys just killing her to I really didn't know what was going to happen.
In retrospect, with recaps to come, it might have just been more kind if we just killed her right then, because she went through some shit.
She did go through
She
some.
really did.
yeah.
You'll understand one day this was the merciful choice.
All right. So our second arc was bandwidth, which involved our first trip out of New Orleans, going to Louisville.
Oh yeah, that was when Carrie started flashing her money around all the time.
That was when Carrie started flashing her money around.
Yeah. Carrie likes to flash.
Warden is saying that he liked the Ghost Cowboy arc. That's coming up next. That's arc 3. But yeah, so y'all went to Louisville, threw a lot of money around to investigate people being electrocuted after watching late night cable.
Yep.
And while you were there, we got to learn a little bit more about Harper and how Harper ended up the way that Harper is.
You learned some of the answers to the question, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Because we discovered that Quackers had laid, what was it, 13 demon seeds in a patch of woods outside the city.
We had 11.
I thought you guys had determined that there had been 13. One of
If
which
we did, didn't write it down.
Yeah.
No,
One of which was the one that infected Harper and let Harper be possessed by Quackers.
And then we found 11 more and destroyed them, which means one more left for the DM to torment us with.
No, you figured out what happened to all of the other ones, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Because you determined that one of them was what turned the little girl who ended up being the ghost demon in the TV into who she was.
Oh yeah, fuck that kid.
Angela.
Yep. You discovered that, or I guess you didn't discover, but I believe that you had at least hypothesized that another one of them was what turned the other inmate of that asylum into Legion.
God, I
Oh.
hated that fucking thing.
Poor
Yep.
Legion.
So we discovered that 5 of them had been triggered
Right.
and then destroyed the others.
Right. And you're fairly certain that one of them is what happened to Team Elise.
Team Alice. Down
Yep.
with Team Alice.
Team Jacob all the way out.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
That was one of the first times Moon got hit with a lightning bolt and went, ow, okay, this isn't good.
Yep.
No, that was
That was-
Anson.
Oh,
was
sorry, Anson. Yeah.
Twice. Did he get hit by lightning twice?
Yeah, I hated that kid.
Yep. So yeah, you tracked the source of that down to the asylum. Managed to uh, kill/banish Angela. Destroy, you think, Legion, and
We made the old asylum go boom too.
maybe
Yeah.
And by we, I mean Harper and Anson.
right. You killed a whole lot of zombies.
It would not be the last time we blew up a building.
It would not.
Foreshadowing.
And then we, after you did as much damage as you could do to Louisville, we returned back to.
That is not as much damage as we could have done to Louisville.
No.
The Derby does more than we did.
It's true.
We returned back, and that was the end of the bandwidth story arc. And we then did a little bit of a time jump before we get to our next arc, which was All That Glitters. Comments, thoughts, things I forgot to mention, anything?
The man you viciously murdered at the bar?
What?
Who killed who at the bar?
The man at the bar who had seen the girl who you horribly murdered in front of us.
Oh, yeah,
right.
that guy. Terrence.
Terrence.
There's also
Yeah.
the night watch guy at the morgue who Anson scared the shit out of.
Literally peed himself. I didn't write that guy's name down, I don't think.
That's not
No,
important.
but Terrence, I remember vividly because it was kind of. I remember how many hoops we were trying. I think it was Orpheus in particular was trying to go through
Right.
to save his ass, and then it still
I
didn't
remember.
work.
Oh yeah, and Terrence, the guy who was I don't have all my details in front of me, but he was dealing with a he knew he was gonna die, and so he
Yep.
was trying to
Mhm.
He
spare.
was trying to drink himself, like, to at least not feel it. I think.
Yeah,
was the thing.
yeah,
And had taken off his ring so that it wouldn't get destroyed.
right.
Yep.
Right.
That was
I have
also
taken-
that was also the first time we met in the beginning of that arc before we went to Louisville was the first time we met Asher.
Yeah, I mean, I
should have
said that.
mentioned. But yeah, it was a.
In my notes, I actually technically had it that meeting Asher was still part of Arc 1, but yes. Yeah, you met Asher on the night on when you guys went and spent the night out on the town in New Orleans after your first mission. Okay, so anything else? Oh, I do believe though that what happened to Terrence was my way of reminding all of you that hey, I intend this to be a horror campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't threaten you. So I'm gonna, do terrible things to the people around you.
Like a good GM should.
Look, half of you are immortal. That makes it really hard to terrify you with what terrible things that could happen to you. But
Oh, I completely agree.
all right. Anything else before we move on to the next arc?
I don't think so.
So yes, Arc 3, All That Glitters, which was starts off with Asher letting you know that there had been a break-in at his store, and a number of things had gone missing, which got to send you guys down a real deep hole of research and trying to figure out what was there and what was taken that matters and what was me messing with you.
You'd think Swedish fart magic would be messing with this, but no, it was important.
Nope, it turned out to be important.
Major
Actually,
milestone.
no, that ended up being something that you guys decided to.
I mean,
Plus,
you can't introduce a book of Swedish fart magic and not
All
expect
right,
us to.
this was the first one of the I miss a session, and then Micah comes back and goes, "What the hell? I left you for 10 minutes."
Right.
A trend that would follow
Yes, it would.
of every time Micah was not there, Micah would always have to come back with the "What the fuck now did you do?"
Homework.
Because yeah, you guys discovered that among the things that had been stolen, there was a bunch of just like antiquities and things that were worth money. There were several very rare coins, which ended up mattering a whole lot, but more on that later. There was
Not a goddamn ghost cowboy.
there was a ceremonial dagger that was absolutely irrelevant to anything involving the plot.
Yeah, sure.
Some rune stones, a couple of grimoires, a voodoo talisman necklace that did in fact end up being completely irrelevant to the plot. And yeah, just a whole lot of mystery about, how the break-in happened and the description of what, how there was, the gate being ripped off invisibly and all the things that Warren just said they enjoyed.
of the theories we came up with trying to make sense of those clues.
God, we had
Just-
so many.
Yeah,
They were all wrong.
I'm
They
telling
were
you,
all wrong.
it should have been Ghost Cowboy.
They weren't completely all wrong.
no, there was a ghost cowboy.
Yeah.
There were several times that Harper was like, but maybe all of these things aren't connected.
Correct.
And people just kept going, no, Ghost Cowboy! And she was like, fucking Ghost Cowboys!
Look, as a child of the 1840s, Anson was just very excited.
I mean, there was a ghost cowboy.
As a person of you, Alex, you had a beef with that ghost cowboy. As one of your characters, you were on about, I'm gonna kill that cowboy. You were going in, and we were like, what did this cowboy do to you?
Anson doesn't get excited about a lot of things in life.
What did he do to you, Alex?
Nothing personally.
Yeah. Say, haven't you used Kid Grim before as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like him,
Yeah.
but the goal of a supervillain is to like beating them up.
Yep. But you did determine that at least part of what happened here involved that ceremonial dagger, which was the anathema of a witch named Alice Keiteller, who you guys continued to do some research. You discovered that she managed to set things up so that her descendant got into the possession of the dagger, drew blood, which let Alice possess her, at which point she killed the two guys who were there to do horrible things to her in the hotel room, probably with her consent.
Wasn't it her drug consent though, or something like that? I seem to recall.
No, they were just you typical dude bro pieces of shit.
Yeah.
It was confusing because part of what we were told was told to us by the witch.
Right.
And after I succeeded a roll, I realized she was lying to me. I just couldn't pick out exactly what was lie and what was truth. Because the minute I called her out for lying to me, her response was, well, yeah, we didn't start off on good terms. What did you expect? And Micah's response was, valid.
Yep. But yeah, so yes, you discovered that Alice possessed Josephine, murdered some people, used the fact that some of the gold coins that Kid Grim needed to try to free himself from his curse were present in the shop to lure him there to create enough of a disruption so that you would be able to, or so that she would be able to make sure that the dagger ended up in the hands of her descendant. I like Alice, by the way. Alice is very much a villain who I have enjoyed writing a lot.
Oh, I adored her. I repeat, right here, number one, not my characters, but me personally, I support women's rights and wrongs. I heard
though.
she murdered 2 men, and I went, that's honestly girl boss of her.
Yeah, get your
Hot.
bag, sis.
I mean,
That's hot. I respect it. I have to show objections in game because Micah is a better person than me and not a pathetic lesbian. But
I do have to ask though, which Alice? Because there are a lot of them apparently in this game of Alices and those who sound a lot like Alice.
The witch.
so the Alices we have are Alice Keiteller, Alice
Witch with a
of
B.
who is the witch.
Not a witch, I'm your wife. Wait.
Now, she's also a former master mage, which I'm
not your
sure
wife, I'm a witch.
I'm sure the fact that she's a former master mage is never going to end up mattering.
It literally did because it gave Micah confusion where she was like, "Oh, you're a master mage too," and Micah's like, "I'm a what?"
Right.
I just took the title because it sounded right.
Well, it was.
Man, Adrian Eldridge should come back. I think he should start deciding who gets to be Master Mage and not.
I think Adrian Eldridge can lick my butt.
I'm gonna write a
For 20
campaign about that.
For $20, you can buy a plot of land and become a Master Mage too. It's name
Here,
already now.
wait a minute now. You're gonna write a campaign about Adrian Eldridge coming back and licking my butt?
Yep, welcome to the next story arc.
I don't think so. I do not consent to that.
That's fair.
But you just said that he could.
You did just
You literally just gave consent.
No.
And it's recorded too. Oh no.
for the world to see.
And I don't think there is an argument that Alice gets to claim the title of Master Mage because I don't think she ever actually.
Apparently.
Oh my god, we're all dead!
I have no idea what's happening.
It was you. You did it.
I know. I didn't do anything. It just started acting up. I said the Sophie comment, then it was awkwardly silent for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh,
Because you froze.
Yep.
oh." I was like, "Damn, I pissed everybody off. I guess it's the silent treatment."
I don't. What Sophie comment? I don't think we heard the Sophie comment.
Yeah.
Oh. I said, don't tell Sophie that just because you used to be the apprentice of a Master Mage doesn't mean you get to be Master Mage.
Oh no, we definitely didn't.
Oh.
Save that for once we got the stream working again.
It should be working again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're back.
I gotta move faces
We're all in the
around.
wrong place, but
Yeah.
we're back.
Is
Okay.
the sound working on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch, let us know if we are back and if you can hear us.
The lights are lighting up. I see you
I
talking.
see
but...
talking, but I can't hear anything. Calvin says.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
YouTube is working, just no Twitch.
Why do I ever leave home?
Good question. Why do you?
Because I live in a society that requires me to make money.
I mean, fair.
And if you stop making money, there is a good chance you stop living, which means
Yeah.
you get out of the society.
That's true. I do. I enjoy living in hate stage capitalism.
Did you call
I
it
just call
hate
it- I
stage
call it-
capitalism?
Yeah,
Hate stage
I was
capitalism.
I was just about to ask that same question.
Yeah, no.
That was-
Hate
That was a
stage
slow
capitalism.
burner, but I like it. Yeah.
All right. Can you guys hear me at home, and just not them, or everybody's on?
I'm not seeing anything come or hearing anything come through on Twitch.
Okay. Well, it's because Twitch has forgotten that my headphones exist.
See, there you go. YouTube's working though.
I see us on Twitch. I just don't hear nothing.
Twitch has also forgotten that my microphone exists. So I'm going to end
Audio
stream
is
real
working on
quick.
YouTube though.
Why are you like this?